Hello friends, good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Professor Rao here. Welcome to Let's Crack the Interviews channel. Let's talk about IELTS reading tests and tips. What's IELTS reading all about? What are the expectations from the test perspective? How to prepare and so on. The reading test is of 60 minutes duration. Though extra time will be given, so you need to manage within the 60 minutes. There are three sections with 2 or 3 factual text or paragraph will be given. In fact, they vary in different lengths. So three sections with the 2 or 3 factual texts, and total text length combining all the 3 texts is 2750 words. The academic and general training reading tests are graded to the same level. However, the texts in the academic reading tests are more challenging and little complex overall than the general training. Therefore, more questions need to be answered correctly in the general training test to get a good grade. So please focus and then prepare. Reading test tips. Skills assessed reading tests are, to see that candidates' competency, capability, and ability to read for the gist, understand the central theme, context, and key point of the text, reading for main ideas, reading for details, understanding inferences and implied meaning, recognizing writer's opinion, attitude, and purpose, following the development of an argument or story, reading. These are the various criteria for assessment and see whether the candidate is able to understand and get the comprehension of these 5 parameters. Then reading speed suggested for taking IELTS test is 200 words per minute. So please inculcate reading habit and develop fast reading habit, speed reading habit by reading regularly at least 30 minutes a day. General training reading test consists of 3 sections. Section 1 contains 2 or 3 short factual texts, one of which may be a composite one, with consists of 6 to 8 short texts related by topic, something like hotel advertisements and hotel accommodation booking, so on. Topics are relevant to everyday life in an English-speaking country. Section 2 contains 2 short factual texts focusing on work-related issues like applying for a job, company policies, pay conditions, and workplace facilities, staff development and training, and so on. Section 3 contains 1 longer, more complex text on a topic of general interest. So these 3 sections will have short to longer factual text, and you need to be ready and get prepared. And all the 3 sections you should manage to complete within 60 minutes. It's very, very important. No extra time is given, and then it is suggested to keep 10 minutes aside for transferring your answers to the answer sheet from your rough paper, whichever. You can keep it handy and which is being allowed. For practicing, I mentioned earlier that British Council has online preparation center. Please practice at takeielts.britishcouncil.org/prepare/IELTS/free IELTS online course, and use this link and go to this site. In academic reading, each section contains a long text. There are 3 sections again here in academic as well. Texts are authentic and are taken from books, journals, magazines, and newspaper. They have been written for a non-specialist audience and are on academic topics of general interest, which can be understood and answered and understood by anyone, non-specialist audience. Text range from the descriptive and factual to the discursive and analytical. Discursive means the text will talk about different subjects and different points, different topics in the same context. Text contain non-verbal material such as diagrams, graphs, or illustrations, and ask you to interpret and give your perspective and opinion on that. If text contain technical terms, a simple glossary is being provided for the benefit of the candidates. What are types of questions being asked in IELTS reading test, be it general or academic? IELTS, there are about 12 type of questions being asked. Multiple choice questions, identifying information, true, false, not given, TFNG. We should write in full form rather. True, false, not given, and identify writer's viewpoint in terms of yes, no, not given, and matching information, matching headlines and features, sentence completion, summary completion, note or table completion, flowchart completion, diagram label completion, and short answer questions. There's a various types of questions being asked in the reading test, be it general training or academic. Reading test strategies and tips. Friends, is very important, and practice fast reading is very, very important. As just mentioned, 200 words per minute is a required speed for the candidates taking the IELTS test. The best way to get better at reading test is by reading more and more and practice it regularly in newspaper, magazines, books, and general text. And the golden rules of IELTS reading test are: your answer to a question must be exactly what is required. Please read the question properly and find out what exactly is required. There's a saying that give the monkey what it wants. Therefore, it's very important that you need to answer to the point, be brisk and to the point. Answer to the question must be exactly what is required. Your answer should be very specific. Read the questions very carefully. Know the information required. Is the answer a method of transport being asked, or a person's name, or a place name, or a number, or a date of birth, or some statistic or metric which is given in the text? Know what you have to do with the information. Do you have to complete a sentence or fill the missing words in a sentence, or do you have to provide an answer with no more than a maximum number of words? Oftentimes they say that fill the answer with not more than 3 words. So 2 or 3 words need to be used to fill the answer. If you use 4 words, you'll be penalized. It's wrong. You should not do that. So say fill the answer it not more than 3 words. So stick to that 3 words. Don't write more than 3 words. Difficulty level and answering strategy. Each passage is more difficult than the preceding passage. In the given 60 minutes of time, complete the first 2 passages in less than 15 minutes of time, and so that you can focus more time on the third one, difficult passage. Third passage is little complex and difficult and require a little more time. Spend last 10 minutes to transfer your answers from question paper to the answer sheet correctly. Skim and scan is a technique to be used for speed reading, friends. Skimming is a process of having a cursory glance to understand the theme and context of the text or passage. Scanning is giving a quick reading to understand the vital elements like names, date of birth, numbers, certain key features, names of the places, and so on. Skimming and scanning is a technique to be employed for reading text. Read first, second lines of each paragraph, highlight keywords in the rest of the paragraph, and summarize the paragraph in 2 or 3 words. You will have your white paper and a pen or pencil with you, and you can make notes. Prepare the gist for all the paragraphs and title the passage for quick reference. In scan, match the question with the paragraph using the gist, title, heading, and underlined keywords and diagrams as part of your scan process. It helps you answer your different question types like find the title of the passage, match headings to paragraphs, and sentence completion and table completion, and whatever the kind of a question. We have seen 12 types of questions, right? Whatever the question being asked, you'll be ready to do that if you skim and scan. Read the questions before reading the passage. Friends, in the first instance, there are lengthier passages, and if you are meticulous in reading each and every word of all 3 passages, it will take a lot of time. You have to spend a little more than 30 minutes, and which is not advisable. Read the questions before reading the passage, understand the question type, mark keywords, paraphrase them, and start skimming and scanning the text. Check for the glossary, use diagram, highlighted words, title, headings to help you get a general idea of the text. Look for synonyms of passage and keywords from the questions. There's no negative marking, friends, so you can guess, and if you do not know the answer, you can guess and answer. Use context clues to understand difficult difficult words rather. So if you don't know the meaning of 1 2 words, please be cool, don't worry at all. Understand them in the overall context and then deduce the meaning. That is what is called use context clues to understand the difficult words. How to increase reading speed? Remember, our brain doesn't process the words individually, friends. Practice reading words in groups or chunks of 3 or 4 words together. Brain does that, and if 3 words together, if you start practicing, then that will help you in your speed reading. Try to spend 30 minutes a day for speed reading this way. Don't worry if you don't understand every word. Set, contextualize and understand the meaning of certain difficult words according to the context. Speed reading improves your grammar and vocabulary. You will understand general meaning of the whole text. You'll have more time to think about answers. Skimming and scanning is important in reading. Read the questions before you read the text passage. As we said earlier, read the questions before you read the passage, and that's called working from backwards. Then read the text in passage, and as a part of skimming and scanning, you read the first 1 2 sentences of each paragraph and understand the central theme or idea of the text, and then read the questions and then go back. Work from backwards. Okay, this will help you in focusing your mind on what you are looking for. Stay calm, relax, and focus on reading the questions and the text. So if you stay calm, relax, and focus on reading the questions and the text, and look for the keywords, and since you already done skimming and scanning, you'll be able to identify the answers and complete the reading test successfully. All the best, very much, and wish you all the best for the test.